Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Warriors Abyss on the Series X, developed and published by Koei Tecmo Games. So what is Warriors Abyss? Warriors Abyss is touted as an isometric hack and slash roguelite set within the Dynasty Warriors world. The premise is you take command of historic and masterful warriors by challenging countless swarms of enemies. Through victory and defeat, traverse the merciless trials of hell. The game boasts 100 plus heroes to play and ally with, summon warriors to help in battle, 16 billion group formations, 4 levels of hell, different weapons and movesets for each hero, tactical choices and randomly generated buff system. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, the developers have added in a small number of options, such as enemy health gauges and button remapping options. Audio options are basic and no visual options exist, so if you have auditory, motor or visual issues, you may very well struggle. Next up is gameplay. To say Warriors Abyss intrigued me is an understatement. In all essence, I couldn't work out if this was genius or a cash grab, and after playing it non-stop, I'm going with the former. I'm very picky when it comes to hack and slash roguelites. For example, Dead Cells or Hades I just couldn't vibe with. I found the repetition too boring and something that just got lost on me. That's not to say all roguelites is an issue for me. Trinity Fusion was a superb one that I still spend time playing and enjoying, but I do count myself in single digits when clicking with them. And I can tell you now, this game did click with me. The game starts off with you being summoned to hell to help out the current King Enma, which each successor takes the name and mantle of. The current one, being a young boy who's well over a few hundred years old, has lost control to an ancient old enemy called Guma, and needs you and other heroes in taking it back. The gameplay loop is simple but very effective, and is really about layers of buffing yourself and your squad as you progress, smashing through hundreds of deadly minions. You enter Hell, get as far along with the 4 levels, forming alliances and unlocked heroes to help you. With each defeat, however, you lose the built-up character level and any heroes recruited, with only the karma currency you picked up along the way being kept. This karma currency is how you purchase more fellow heroes to use, either as a new main protagonist on your next run or as support in your squad-based group. Sounds simple enough, but it's how it's implemented that is quite tactical and thought-provoking. Each level has 8 phases, with the final one being a boss level, with sometimes mini-bosses being thrown in for good measure. Using a combo of normal and strong attacks, you build up energy to unleash your special Muso attack, which is perfect for destroying a huge number of enemies in one go. Most phases will see you choose to form an alliance from one of 3 randomized unlocked heroes. They then join your squad, increasing your squad's battle power and letting you summon them as a finisher attack or as part of a heavy combo. Heroes also have their own unlockability conditions, which normally means having several specific heroes in your party to allow them to provide special attack when summoned. Getting to 6 summons in your party also unlocks the ability to unleash an assemble attack, which involves all of your party using their special attacks for a period of time. To do this, like your Monsieur attack, you will need to fill a yellow assembly gauge above the party. Once done, this can be activated at any time and by far the most visually stunning. Now, if you combine this with your Monsieur attack, you will trigger a devastating formation attack, similar to that of a nuclear bomb going off. This is perfect for dropping bombs' health by a huge amount, or even one-shotting them. But how does this work? Well, each hero possesses its own stats, emblems, conditions for summoning skills, unique tactics, and attacks. This may sound like a lot to understand, but actually once you get used to it, it quickly becomes easy to work with. The biggest item to understand is the emblems, as everything hinges on them and play a huge role in the gameplay. There are 11 emblems ranging from ability types like speed, strength, wisdom, etc. to attribute types, ones like flame, ice and slay. These feed into everything and at first may look complicated. Each hero you form alliance with your chosen protagonist has a collection of specific emblems. Combining these, picking up individual ones, choosing tactical formations and collecting heroes each increase your character's abilities. The more you collect, the more it raises that particular tier, unlocking temporary buffs, moves and abilities that will provide you with a better survival rate. Once an alliance has been formed, you get to choose from 3 randomised routes taking you to the next phase. Some of these will provide extra currency, health, heroes and missions that requires careful thought before choosing. However, before you do, it is wise to check your summons under the banner flag, which allows you to move around your heroes within a particular formation in a bid to increase your power. Formations are often bought from King's Cauldrons with Tears of Blood, a run-only currency. These provide even more specific effects and bonus stats for the team, and can be a game changer when used against bosses. In the early stages, I would recommend using Enma's recommendations to place your heroes in the most optimum power. However, later on, doing it yourself and checking your abilities is the best option, as Enma's choice only ever focuses on power and not combining ability attributes, which actually may aid you better in boss battles. The weakest part of the game I found was actually the bosses, which you arrive at once you have completed 8 phases. These heavy hitters can one-shot you due to their area effect attacks if you are not careful, but definitely slow down the pace of the game. They often have 2 phases which they cycle through, the first being solo and the second summoning waves of minions to harass you as you avoid their attacks. Graphics is next. Visually in-game this looks gorgeous with its bright colourful visual effects going nuts when your Muso is triggered. But the true feast is when you mix up the many different types of emblems, which not only allow for harder enemies to be taken down with ease, but visually striking. The contrast of the background screen going black and white, allowing you to focus on the visually striking colours being showcased as the abilities are being pulled off, is something to behold. The story and hero selection is told with graphical stills, which is clearly a design choice. Whilst I would have preferred a fully 3D telling, it doesn't put me off from engaging with the story in any way. In-game character models, however, are gorgeous, and each character is well designed and smooth to watch. Doing runs through the game are incentivised with there being over 100 characters from the Dynasty and Samurai Warrior franchises to unlock. Each unlock also provides your protagonist with permanent buffs, which are then applied to any character you choose to play with. Some characters even have different skins to choose, which again raises the game's visual options. They also just released another load of skins this week, so there is plenty to choose from when you're fighting your way through enemies. Missions have a chance to provide new weapons, which in turn often provide new attacks and new character buffs. However, due to some awful RNG, these are extremely rare and will need grinding out for. However, just like the different skin types, these are another welcome visual treat. The dev have confirmed a fix on this issue though, so depending on when you play this may not be an issue. Environments, however, are the weakest part of the visuals, with the palettes being used over and over again, just from a different orientation. I would prefer that a few more different environments be added, as it soon can seem repetitive, which thankfully the game mostly helps you ignore. Overall frame rate and stability was good in all of my gameplay, and I didn't see any blooming, drops or tearing. Finally, its sound. The game is fully voiced, however they are not in English and you will need to have subtitles on to understand. This may put some off, but for me it wasn't an issue and even lends itself to being a more authentic experience, knowing how bad some translations can be. The music is just superb, as it brings musical hits from the series to help amplify the action on screen, but will pull back when more calmer zones come into play. A blend of flute, piano and guitar push the gameplay, though it can be a little quiet at times. The game's sound effects do a good job of conveying the vast array of attacks on offer, with each hit fully connecting in a weighty way. New characters even give a rousing war cry at the start of each phase, which I appreciated more than I realised. My recommendation here would be a good quality headset to really enjoy that big formation attacks in all their glory. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of void, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Warriors Abyss is a great purchase. The aim of the game is to optimise your builds and get to the end boss in the most efficient and fun way possible. For me, that's exactly what this game did, as it was fun, energetic and addictive in getting new characters and building a better build with each attempt. That said, its character skins are truly overpriced, and I would not recommend you purchasing them. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £19.99, or approximately $25, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 20 plus hours worth of gameplay. Once the story is complete, however, there is still a huge amount of replayability, with higher difficulty modes, heroes to unlock, and finding all the collectibles available, which will easily push you at least another 10 plus hours worth of content. With a ton of characters, weapons, music, pictures, and formations to unlock, this will keep many a roguelite fan and Dynasty and Samurai Warrior fans busy for quite a while. Simple to pick up and addictive to master, this came out of the blue and one I'm truly a fan of. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.